murderer. In a lot of cases, a woman would soften up to that. She will relate to it. So when the judge says, "What did you see?" Two pictures flash in her brain. One is that of the murder, and the other is that of the mother crying to her, saying, "Look, please." So she may or may not bear witness according to a certain manner. When there are two of them, one will say, "You know what we saw, didn't you? Don't you know? You remember, you recall." And this is why the two women, they can come in front of the Qadi together. They can even talk to one another. Unlike the men, they must come separately. It's amazing. Because فَتُذَكِّرَ إِحْدَاهُمَا الْأُخْرَى. The Quran says that if one is, inclining towards something, the other one can remind her, "Hey, what we saw, this is what we saw." "Oh, yes, that's what we saw." SubhanAllah. In no ways is that undermining the intelligence of the woman. It is in fact a compliment to say your heart is so soft and merciful that even a criminal can take advantage of that mercy in your heart. That's how we look at it. Why do we want to look at it? No, that's an insult to a woman. No, it's actually the opposite of it. Allah is acknowledging that your heart is full of mercy. Do not let a criminal take advantage of that. So that's why when there are two of you, there is a greater likelihood that you will be able to utter it. I had, and I'm telling you a true story. In March 2000, we had an armed robbery in my own home. Alhamdulillah, Allah has protected us. My mother was there, my wife was there, and so on. And 6 people walked in with guns. It's a true story. I'm telling you my own story. And what happened? Allah had given my mother a certain calm. And she says, "My brother, what do you want?" And he says, "Don't look. If you look, we will kill you." And the gun is here on the head. Why will we kill you? Because if you look, you will see the identity. If you see it, you will recognize us tomorrow somewhere. So my mother was not. Anyway, to cut a long story short, Alhamdulillah, they took whatever they could in 15 minutes. And they were gone. And some time later, the police station got hold of us and said, "We want your women to come." There were 4 women. Men were not there. "We want your women to come to the police station in order to identify these criminals." All 4 of them said, "We are not prepared to go." All 4 of them said, "We are not prepared to go." Why? "We just don't want to see. Never mind, Allah will deal with them." Now look at this. I am trying to tell you, here is the Islamic rule about 2 witnesses. There are 4, they don't want to go. There are 4. I'm telling you, wallahi, a true story. Because now what my mother said, I've sat with her, "Look, Ma, you need to go. Because these criminals might do it to someone else." She says, "I make dua to Allah." She says that. "If I go there, what if they get loose somehow? Tomorrow they might come back." Look at this. Do you understand the thinking? They might get loose, they might win the case or whatever it is. They might serve the sentence, and 10 years later they will come and haunt us again. We won't sleep properly. Rather just leave them. Allah will deal with them. As a result, the 4 of them were freed. And what happened? Allah accepted the dua of my mother. There was a police roadblock about 2 months after that, where these people, they had the loot with them from somewhere else, and they were crossing it, and the police opened fire, killing all 4 of them. They were gone. And when the pictures were in the paper, my mother says, "That's one. That's another one." Allahu Akbar. Sorry, I'm pointing at the wall there. Don't worry. So this is it. This is why Allah says you need to have witnesses of this nature. You need to double up the witness of. It's not an insult. It is an acknowledgement of the goodness of the heart of a female. She feels for others more than a man. There might be some men, but men generally won't do that. And there might be certain women who might not be like that, but generally the law is for the general. It's a general law. You will find these qualities. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant our women goodness. There is another very big misconception. And that is when a woman is inheriting, she inherits half of that of a male. That's a big misconception. Why does a woman get half and a man get double? Let me tell you, that's not true. It is not a blanket rule. Look at the Quran and read Surah An-Nisa. Let me explain it to you quickly. Prior to Islam, a woman was not even considered as a human being. They used to bury their girls alive at the point of birth in the pagan Arab times. When Islam came about, it changed that. You're not allowed to bury your girls. You're not allowed, you and me are not allowed to be sad And when you have a female child, because that is a sign of paganism. Sometimes